Good evening and welcome to Wow Wednesday as we look at Wednesday night lights here from Noble Field in Brooklyn Park. A wonderful facility. Joe Rulin joined again with a whole staff of Tom leading the broadcast, John on the camera, along with Eric and also Austin on the color here as we get to be just moments away here. Managers meeting for their final meeting and kind of ground rule situation. This will be a great matchup, really, as we look at these two squads. The Centennial Cougars come into the mark of 10-4-1. That one, I understand they're still in the process of contesting that an extra innings game. Meanwhile, as I mentioned, they come into the win over Coon Rapids, an impressive outing for the Cougars just last night, and they picked up the W versus Coon Rapids in that one. Meanwhile, comes your way here for the Champlain Park Low Gators, 13-8 on the season. They come in with a record of 7-1 in the Metro Mini. Their lone loss in that Metro Mini contest came to Coon Rapids. This is a Low Gator squad that comes in with a team batting average of 271, an on-base percentage of about 350. They can put up some runs, do the long ball. They've had 4 home runs this season, but they can also steal bases, 35 stolen bases. And they, of course, are led by Matt Merrick as the manager. They're coming off a 2-game skid, rare for the Low Gators. And they took a loss to Coon Rapids and then took a loss to Chaska 4-2 just a few days ago before the 4th. But getting set to roll on it. We've got the Centennial Cougars who will take the field here momentarily. They're led by head coach Joe Sazowski. And Joe is in his 8th season here along with the Town Ball Cougars program. On the mound this evening for the Cougars, they're going to have Benny McDonald take the ball. Benny comes in with a mark of 0-1, 20 innings pitched, and a stingy ERA of 2.21. Opponents batting just 231 against Benny McDonald. We saw him just last night as well, as it was, in fact, McDonald that pitched 1 inning through 12 pitches and picked up the save. Ethan Pettis went 6 innings, stand corrected, 8 innings, as they picked up an 8-2 win, did Centennial over the Coon Rapids Redbirds. Again, that was last night. Pettis not pitching tonight for obvious reasons. He had 6 strikeouts, 5 hits, and just 2 earned runs over the 8 innings that he pitched. On the bat and is certainly seeing the ball well, Cooper Fiskwald. He will lead off tonight for Centennial. Cooper Fiskwald for Centennial. Outstanding game with 3 hits, a home run, 3 RBIs in their win over Coon Rapids. Taking the field now, we got to look at the Low Gators. And we can see them out on the field. And you look across the way here as the Low Gators on the mound. They're going to go with one of many of their aces. And one of those is the southpaw, Charlie Hutchinson. Hutchinson comes in. Impressive record of 4-1. He leads the team in wins. He's also tossed 34 innings. He's faced 140 batters. Has an ERA of .43 and an on-base percentage of what the opponents have against Charlie is .195. An interesting element here tonight. A lot of left-handed hitters for the Cougars. And we're going to take a look here and see as you get a look at the field view as final warm-ups. And you get a look across the field here on a beautiful night here in Brooklyn Park and Noble Field. Final warm-ups, and you can see as they look across the way, it sets up well for the infield. Looks like Riola will be at third at shortstop. They made a few of the changes too as well. I guess Riola will be at short. And we'll move those around and get you caught up on the rest as well. Palmer also, he'll be Hitting tonight for the squad, catching behind the dish, not Matt Merrick. It will be Max Robinson. First hitter steps in here of the game. And a look here, swing. A miss here. Holding and a called strike. Cooper Fiskwold, he'll be heading to Nebraska Omaha to be playing ball next season. Impressive numbers for him on the season. We'll get you caught up on that. This one off the handle. Straight back. Robinson has to try to find it. Coming in to help out and try to get it away. Hutchinson tried to help out as it was Robinson who had trouble finding that ball right away. Had to turn around, and that's sometimes the most difficult play for a catcher, is one in which you've got to turn around and find the ball, and it's right up above you. Nice play. So one down here in the first. Fly out to the catch, and that'll bring up Tyler Rose.
Yeah, Joe, look for Hutchinson to feast on these left-handed batters tonight. And another thing to note is he has 41 strikeouts to 6 walks this season. Having a career year, lifetime ERA of 2.73, ERA this year of 0.43. Definitely having a great season so far.
Saw first pitch strike there. Fastball, this is an off-speed pitch. Misses just outside. From Hutchinson out of Maple Grove. Been a long-time player here in his 8th season with the Low Gators. As a hit by pitch just caught him just enough to Rose. And Rose will reach on a hit by pitch. Setting up for Bryson Mose, the catcher.
It's the 7th hit by pitch this year for Hutchinson, and look for him to use that extension with his big 6'3" body.
First pitch swung on. This hit to center field, going back deep. Receiving it, finding it, and the put out. With 2 outs on the fly to center field. Nice play to track it on a sunny evening. And a chance here as they get set here for the 4th hitter this inning, a play by Helm in the outfield. Setting up Stoffacher, Garrett Stoffacher out of college ball at Minnesota Duluth. He likes the first pitch, gives a rip.
Hutchinson looking to have another good outing tonight. And in his previous outing, he went 6 innings against Shoreview, striking out 6 batters and allowing no runs.
Stoffacher comes up with a home run on his portfolio, hitting .240. Get on base percentage at .424. Runner at first, 2 outs here, top half of the first. Foul down that third base line, tricky play. Back to the infield, making a dive, but unable to come up with it. An excellent attempt. And just couldn't find it. Tough to make that play when you're running with your back towards home plate, and that was Sam Pooter. Making a start at third. Nice effort. 0-2 to count now, 2 outs in this. The top half of the first. Swing and a miss, brings the high heat and cannot catch up as Stoffacher. A strikeout, and it is the Centennial Cougars who go down. 4 hitters up and 3 down, so that will draw back here. So we have bottom of the first coming your way here. Again, as I mentioned, it was Centennial with an impressive win over Coon Rapids just last night, an 8-2 win. And they've got some guys who can square up on that ball. We'll see that again here. Tonight, the order for the Low Gators will look like this. Riola will be leading off, followed by Helm, hitting second. And then it's Ethan Mackey in left field. Jack Pooter. And Jack Pooter will be hitting in the 4 spot, followed by Derek Schloman making his debut as a Champlain Park Low Gator. Drake Signs, then hitting at number 6, and then Max Robinson, the catcher, hitting 7th, followed by Trent Palmer. And then Pooter will be Sam Pooter, the third baseman, will be rounding it out as the number 9 hitter. Should be a good one tonight. We'll see with the lefty versus lefty going at it here tonight, Austin.
Oh yeah, and Joe, Trent Palmer spent some time with the Double-A Blue Jays affiliate team down in the minors. So he's got some nice experience on the mound, but he's also batting in the lineup for the Low Gators tonight.
We all remember his days, and most of us anyway, with the experience he had at Anoka High School and then on to Jacksonville, where he played college ball for, I believe, at least 2, maybe 3 years. Leading off, Mr. St. Cloud State himself and Sam Riola. Riola, impressive numbers each season across the board. Will start his time at bat with his average, hitting .521 and in 58 plate appearances on the season, just 7 strikeouts. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it sure is, Joe. It's pretty much your typical leadoff batter, high average, fast guy, and they're getting the best out of him in Sam Riola tonight.
Some good push. He's got definitely that mindset of a leadoff hitter. Sees a lot of pitches, a great on-base percentage as well. First pitch on the way, and this one's up and away. Couldn't catch up with the fastball. A BB that time from the way of Benny McDonald. Benny out of Blaine High School, played college ball at Gustavus Adolphus. Follows up with another high heater up and in. Misses on that. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Sam Riola looking to set the tone tonight, leading off, and if he does get on base, look for him to steal, Joe. He's got 10 stolen bases on the season.
Of course, this kind of, maybe too early. I think it's just right. Coming back, 4th of July, you've got the state tournament coming your way for town ball. What an experience that is. But pitch here, a breaking pitch. You've got a great view right behind home plate in this press box here at Noble Park. Can see that ball, the spin coming from the south ball. But both these teams going to try to get things set. And guarded here is a knock up the middle. A breaking pitch, hand stayed on top of the ball. You could see that from Riola, and he drills it up the middle for a base knock. And a leadoff runner on now with Riola. He'll be followed by Braden Hellam.
Yeah, Joe, like I just said, look for Riola to steal here. I'd expect him to go on the first or second pitch, maybe take a pitch, see if they pitch around him, but then take off on that second one for sure.
We'll see if a benefit of having a left-handed pitcher here is times it can be a good advantage also to keep that runner at first, to think that he's going to go when you have that running threat. Hoping that you can distract the pitcher. Rose has thrown just 20 innings. There's a off-speed spinner by Hellam, called a strike, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to Braden. Braden playing center field. Comes in and hitting at a .333 clip, a throw over there just to make sure Riola is awake on deck. Ethan Mackey. And he'll be followed by Jack Pooter. That's the top 4 hitters. No score here. Here in the first inning, a nice pitch right there again. Delayed steal. They did not pick up as Riola, in a crafty move that time, took off long after the pitch was delivered. And no one picked up. Not only was the hitter frozen by that breaking pitch, I think the fielders as well. Now on second, Riola, no one out.
Yeah, no one covered the big on that. That was kind of odd to see. They know Riola's a guy who's fast. He's going to steal.
2-strike pitch here. This one's lifted. Center field, floating back, has it, corrals it, gathers, but has his back to the infield. And Riola, always with that great mindset and ready and understands the game so well, advances to third on a fly ball to center field. Time Cooper Anderson playing the center field spot. Brought that in, so a fly out to center for Helaman. Ethan Maki now gets a chance for an RBI. He's tied for the team lead with 11 RBIs coming right in and tight. I stand corrected. That's going to be Jack Booter. So I make some switches here.
Now Pooter's got to be a smart hitter here. He's just got to put the ball in play. Sack fly, something on the ground, infield playing at normal depth. Contacts should score Riola.
A rip here, ground ball to second base. Two-hopper, he's frustrated. Run will score, will Riola, but again, Pooter probably wanted to look at that again. RBI for him. That gives him 11 on the season. Gets the RBI and gets Riola home as the left-hander who has had success at St. Thomas University is that second out of the inning. Ethan Maki, number 44, hitting 200 on the year. The left fielder steps in. First pitch really slowed the pace on that one down, Austin, and he put it in a good spot. Kept it right on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, something I'm noticing is a lot of these first pitches are breaking balls. We haven't seen a lot of fastballs yet from McDonald. Might be saving them for a second time through the order.
Nice crisp fastball that time. Hits the corner on the inside part of the plate. 2 strikes. Quickly ahead in the count. Mentioned for McDonald with the 2 outs. There's the swing, and that's the third. That's 21 innings complete for him on the season. A swing and a miss and a strikeout. His 16th strikeout of the season. And we're at the end of 1 complete, but the Low Gators get a scratch. They get a straight line, and they get a 1, and they take a 1-0 lead here at the end of 1 complete. The run scored by Riola, the RBI by Pooter, and it is Maki with that strikeout, the first of the game for the Low Gators. Also, we talked a little bit about the turn of the season here as it approaches after July. I, for one, just a big summer fan and love the thought of summer just arriving on June 22nd and summer kind of the beginning. But for Town Ball, you know, they've got some velo and they've had a lot of rainouts this year. So it's 2 teams that really you know, want to get the momentum going in the right direction. And I know for Coach Mark Merrick, he really wanted to get that straight right now, snap that 2-game losing streak, and get the winning ways going.
Oh yeah, Joe. Those rainouts can definitely be tough because it kind of messes up your whole routine, and then you gotta cram in a bunch of games kind of towards the end of the season because strict schedule that Town Ball's gonna stick to. And Low Gators right now, they're leading the Metro Mini. The Cougars are kind of sitting not at the very bottom. I think they were 4th or 5th place last time we checked, but this is a game the Low Gators got to win.
Yeah, Low Gators at 7-1, followed by Coon Rapids Redbirds at 5-1, and the Andover Aces 2-1-1. It'll be the Low Gators playing a doubleheader, or at least 1 game. I'll get that checked here before the end of the broadcast against the Aces on Saturday in Andover. Meanwhile, Centennial Cougars at about 500. First pitch here by Hutchinson, just off the mark, a scoop, and off the mitt, then off the side of the mask of Robinson, and ahead in the count.
Yeah, Low Gators also going for their 3rd straight Metro Mini title. They've won the Metro Mini the last couple of years, looking to continue that dominant run here in 2025.
Jackson Koning. Chance here. He's certainly tasted his success here. Swinging a miss over the top. Koning, an interesting story. Went to a D3 school for baseball. A lot of success at Blaine. In fact, Whitewater College, and this year they won the national championship, the World Series of D3 baseball. Swing and a high chopper. Now it's a short one, playing it on that short hop, and it cost the Low Gators, and reaching first on the air is going to be Koning. He pounced a little off-speed pitch that time and got the hands on it over the top. And sometimes you can get caught looking at that high hop coming at you. And if you don't get it on that big hop, you're going to get a tricky bounce on that second one. And certainly Pooter did there.
Yeah, Joe, that ball just screamed trouble from the moment it was hit. Definitely ate him up at the end on that final hop.
Jack Pooter at first. First pitch, a strike here on the way. Cooper Anderson, a center fielder, plays at Bemidji State, does Cooper. And ahead in the count quickly here is Hutchinson. Hutchinson, as you mentioned, he's not adverse to just overpowering and bringing some velo. He's got an active fastball that really comes in on those left-handed hitters as it tails in. That pitch, a little slider sometime, missed right off the plate.
It's a good pitch.
Tough one to look at.
Yeah, Cooper Anderson, redshirt freshman at Bemidji State. Didn't get much playing time this season. I think he played in a game or two when I checked his stats. So another nice pitch there from Hutchinson, but Anderson's just not biting.
Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still the runner at first. Good chance here to try to tie this up. No outs. Top of the second inning. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday Night Lights. Throw over just to keep Koning honest. He's got some speed. Playing at third base and also pitching as well on the season.
It's a really nice at-bat from Cooper Anderson. Was down 0-2. Working the count full. I like it.
This one, high hit the second. They'll get the lead runner Koning over the first. Not in time. Pooter pulls it up on the one hop, so it'll be a fielder's choice. Reaching that time is Anderson. And that force out gets Koning at second.
Yeah, nice play by the second baseman. Make sure you get the force out at 2. But at that point, you probably just want to hold on to the ball, not throw it to first. He was already at first by the time he was throwing the ball.
Charlie Moore. Second base tonight. Watches that first pitch trail and move off the plate. Get a look at trying to hold that runner at first. There we go. The good view from a great shot that we're getting here in the press box tonight. Nice facility. This one swung on, hit deep to left field, moving back, Maki. And finally, brought in, tailed in, caught for out number 2. On the fly ball by Moore. Brings it up to Benny McDonald, not only pitching but hitting tonight.
McDonald batting 200 on the season. A couple of RBIs, man on first. He's going to hope to add to that total here. Trying to get a 2-out spark. It's a little odd showing bunt. The first pitch pulled back. Hutchinson missed with a slider way outside. And the bunt goes foul down the third baseline. Now McDonald down at the count.
Get a good look at the southpaw on the mound. Hutchinson, the crafty left-hander. As we look squared away here, good view coming to you. Swinging around a bunt, but pulled back, missed on the pitch. Moves to 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Square away, good. You can see the outfield here pretty much straight away. Straight back. Miss on that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lefty versus lefty. It's going to be a lot of that tonight. You'll see the Sioux strength going off and running, swung on and missed. And the inning in the top half of the second is over for Centennial. A swing and a miss and a strikeout. What I have is for the second of the game as McDonald goes down swinging, the number 8 hitter. So after 1.5, it remains a 1-0 lead. Lowgators coming up for their second at bat. And the Lowgators squad is a team that, hits well, Austin. It's kind of like that second time through they have a knack of picking up for tendencies or tips and play extremely well. Again, a score 1-0. We'll get that rectified on the scoreboard for you. Lowgators up 1-0 here over Centennial as we go to the second inning.
Yeah, Lowgators have scored 140 runs so far this season, and they've only allowed a 78. Really good pitching staff, really good hitting staff, and you got to give some credit to the coaches.
Centennial on the season, they've pushed 79 runs across and held opponents to 57. So very stingy on that way. They've won 1-1, shall we say, in their last 3 games. They had a doubleheader that was played at Castle Field against Andover. And the game, I believe, ended in a tie, but has yet to need to play that out, is my understanding, for that game. Anyway, and maybe erase that one under a tie, such a rarity in baseball. So, throw down, getting ready for the second inning of work. As you can see, Benny McDonald comes in with an ERA of 2.21 and an on-base percentage of, or the opponents rather, are hitting just 231 off of Benny this season. A whip, and even more impressive, 0.98 on his whip. Starting it off here for the Lowgators as we go to the bottom of the second. First pitch right out of the gate, a strike. Dead red on the fastball.
Yeah, a couple good pitchers on the bump tonight, Joe. A couple of excellent pitchers, actually. Wouldn't be surprised if this is the only run scored this game.
Get a look at Derek Schloman, and there's the out. Right away to fly out, and Schloman on his first at bat as a Lowgator with that fly out. There it was. Caught my eyes in the sun there, and a nice way to start your career here with the Lowgators for Schloman, with a successful career at Blaine High School. Also, stolen bases. I believe he had close to 30 stolen bases this year in high school, did Schloman, so he could be off and running here. Knowing that, you see the throw over by McDonald. Want to keep Schloman close as Drake signs the DH, 4 for 10 on the season, couple of RBIs.
Schloman, first base hit out of the way. Looks like he's trying to get that first steal out of the way as well.
Good pitch right down the middle.
Donald sets and fires. That ball misses high. Count evens at 1-1. Looks back at the runner at first. Will deliver home.
Inside and sharp on the spinner that time.
Throw over again. Checking on the runner. That rule in the major leagues where you can only throw over 3 times hasn't made its way to town ball yet. Throw over there as many times as he wants.
Lowgators here trying to extend that 1-0 lead. The run the Riola scored in the first inning. Swing and a miss here. Off the plate. Drake. I mentioned Drake signs the DH here for Hutchinson. Throw back over. Schloman trying to extend that lead. Test the move.
That was McDonald's fourth throw over, Joe.
And you always think, hey, as a former leadoff hitter, you're always trying to distract that pitcher, take him out of a rhythm. And when you got a runner like Schloman over there with 30-plus steals this year in high school, he's bothersome. And a high pitch, a fastball with some velo. Wow, some pop. Unable to catch up with that fastball is signs he's retired on the strikeout. So one down here in the second. And setting up now is Max Robinson. Robinson, a catcher out of St. Cloud State. Takes a rip, finds a home, past in the left field, past the third baseman. A hop that eluded the glove of Koning at third that time for Centennial. So 2 runners on, 2 knocks. Runners at first and second. And Trent Palmer.
Yeah, a couple bad hops in the ball so far tonight, Joe. It's caused a couple misplays in the infield, and now Low Gators are
Jeff
business.
Hewer, that's in. There you go, Jeff Hewer. Takes the first pitch off the end of the bat to right field. That's corralled. Out number 2. Quick plate appearance there for Hewer. A long-time Low Gator himself. And set up here for Sam Pooter. Sam Pooter trying to get those at-bats in. He's had just a few, 1 for 3 on the season. And this one he may have chipped right over, promptly placed into right field. That's going to be an RBI single for Sam Pooter. Schloman knocked in with that RBI single, 2 outs. That time he waited on that breaking pitch. Austin, it was kind of left up top. And good hands to barrel up and send it into right field.
Yeah, it was, Joe. Nice ethical hitting from Sam Pooter. Able to just dump that into right field and get the runner in.
Schloman, yeah, and Schloman led off this inning. His first at bat as a Low Gators. Not only gets a hit, but scores. And an RBI there, as we mentioned, for Sam Pooter.
Yeah, bottom of the order getting it done for the Low Gators, and now here comes the top of the order.
You're right. That's this. You get the bottom of the order, stirring the pot, and now Riola gets his first pitch, gets under it, lifts it up. Fly to second almost at the last minute. Looked like he had trouble making the play at second. That was, in fact, Moore, but finally corralled it, and the Low Gators are retired. And not before they pick up a run. Now 2-0 for the Low Gators here after 2 complete. And chance there that Riola would like at least another at bat. Austin, that pitch was hanging right in the right spot here. And of course, you also had Benny McDonald, who's thrown a lot of pitches in that last inning. And that fly out there for Riola.
Yeah, a couple of hangers from McDonald towards the end of the inning. Good for him to go sit down for a little bit, adjust, and we'll see how he does when he comes back out.
Sam Pooter runs his way out, heading off to third. You saw him run through the monitor there. An RBI single. And Schloman out to left field. And playing right field is Maki here this evening. So outfield play has occurred here. We go for the third inning of work as they get started here with Charlie Hutchinson. This is his 9th appearance of the season. His 7th start. I mentioned 1 shutout, a complete game, a record of 4-1. And now this is his 37th inning of the season. Did you mention Austin just surrendered a couple of earned runs of the season? 6 walks, 43 strikeouts. I have him for 2 already tonight as we are about ready to start the third inning.
Yeah, both strikeouts, Joe, both on elevated fastballs. See if you can get him to keep swinging at the hot cheese, set up with the low breaking stuff, and then elevate.
Garrett Stauffacher there was set. So, though, finish up was Benny McDonald with a strikeout to end the top half of the second, and now comes Beckman.
Yeah, and Hutchinson's just big, nasty, left-handed pitcher. That extension definitely helps him a lot and makes him even more disgusting than he already is.
17 Beckman, who comes in hitting just 258 on the season. Grips and rips. 35 plate appearances on the season. 6 runs, along with a double and 3 RBIs, a walk, and 9 strikeouts. Down in the count quickly here, 1-2 to Charlie Hutchinson. Hutchinson currently number 2 in the Metro Mini. Swung on and missed. Oh, did he bring the gas on that one? And a tough one to reach right on the outside part of the plate. 3rd strikeout of the game for Hutchinson.
Yeah, he's got that fastball working for him tonight, Joe, that's for sure.
Reach back, a little extra velo. And that's the way you start off an inning here in the third, top half of the third. 1 out, now you get the leadoff hitter. This guy is someone to be reckoned with. He finds an eye-seeing single. It's Cooper Fishwald. Fishwald, by the way, just an outstanding hitter on the season. Just talking to the head manager with Centennial, he's just a quality individual. Says when you see him get out of the car, he looks like a baseball player. Hence, on his way to Nebraska Omaha. A little elbow injury, so he's been shut down from pitching on the season. First pitch here. High hopper to second. They can't get the lead runner in Fishwald, but they will get Rose, the hitter, and he's forced out at first. Put out there for the second out here in this third inning. Advancing to second is Cooper Fishwald. Fishwald out of St. Francis. At second, looking to score that first run of the game here for Centennial. And if Hutchinson has anything to do with it, he needs to shut the door now. Bryson Mose, the catcher. Pitch that's just off the mark. Out of Forest Lake is Mose. Swung and missed here. Grip and rip. Just missed that swing that time. Mose, who played some college ball at DCTC. Hitting .327 is Bryson. Coming into tonight, 59. Now 60 plate appearances. Just seven strikeouts in all those at bats. Contact hitter. This one fouled on the off-speed pitch down the right field line.
Yeah, just reached for the first baseman, went into the bullpen of the Low Gators.
3 home runs on the season for Centennial Cougars in their 8th season of existence for town ball. This one misses up high. Good spot, good poise. Didn't chase.
Yeah, it's a nice job not chasing that pitch, considering that's where Hutchinson's gotten most of his strikeouts tonight. See if he goes back there, though. Can he lay off of it 2 times?
Runner on second, looking to get that run across.
I think he was trying to go back there, Joe. It looked like he might have just missed his spot a little bit outside, but he definitely lowered it from being way out of the zone to just a little bit out of the zone.
Mose with 7 RBIs, 3 doubles on the season. Swung on, lives the play, another pitch. Good job of hitting by Bryson Mose. As I mentioned, a 327 hitter on the season. Came in with a 407 on base percentage. Got some quick hands. And as a catcher, kind of sees that ball well. He can kind of think ahead what he might see. This one misses outside. Excellent at bat. Just an excellent at bat that time by Bryson Mose, and he reaches.
Yeah, really good at bat. Working the count pull helps as a catcher, and the more you see the pitchers from Hutchinson, the better your advantage goes to the batter, as we know, Joe.
Garrett Stoffacker, the UMD Bulldog, left-handed hitter again, struck out in his first plate appearance. Good pitch that time, good movement. Came in on the handles, fouled straight back. Austin, I think that may have gotten your car. Or Eric on the camera. Garrett comes in. He's got a home run this season, hitting .240. Swing and a miss there. Quickly ahead in the count once again. You see that consistently here from Hutchinson. He gets ahead early in the count. Good sharp pitches. See what the number 4 hitter can do here as he can knock in, as you can see, the runner at second. The delivery. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout, second time that Stoffaker has gone down swinging. And that is strikeout victim number 5 here on the evening, as we are at the end of 3.5 in Austin. The Cougars find themselves down 2-0, but they know that the Low-Gators, they have some horsepower.
Oh, yeah, they do. A lot of power. And just I want to go back to Hutchinson for a second. That was his first strikeout on the breaking ball, so he's got the fastball and the breaking ball working for him tonight. It's going to be really enough tight for these Cougar hitters, Joe.
You got it. He's, since I mentioned, a lively fastball. Comes out of his hand with some spin. And jumping ahead. You'll see here now if we can get the Low-Gators. Good look at the fans in the stands tonight. Where else would you want to be than here? And glad you could bring it to us here on the stream, coming your way. Momentum in a moment. Thank you. Great spots. And also a great production team also here bringing you the broadcast from a great spot. This press box that went up here in Brooklyn Park. Really an excellent addition. And the netting in front as well. So thin. One of the top things that makes it great to be able to shoot a game here from the press box, and of course some other cameras located tonight around the field. Thanks for joining us, Joe Rulin, along with Austin Gibbs, as we go to the bottom of the third. Running out for his third inning of work here is Benny McDonald. He's looking to log his 23rd inning of the game, or of the season.
Yeah, McDonald's given up runs in first 2 innings. Let's see if he can settle down a little bit. It's really tough against this Low-Gators team. They like to slug, hit for power. They can beat you in all sorts of ways. But McDonald's a good pitcher. And I think he's a little bit overshadowed by Hutchinson starting tonight. He's got that sub-1 ERA, but McDonald's no joke.
As I mentioned, McDonald just threw last night, but just 12 pitches. And in that game, it was to pick up the save for that 1 inning. First pitch, dead red, right down the middle, called a strike to Braden Helm. Braden Helm, center fielder, 9 RBIs on the season. Flew out to center his first time up. This is a grip. This one's going to get down. Will it be in the gap? No. Good job. But overrunning in center field. Helm did not miss stride. He's on second. That'll be a single and a one base error as Helm starts off here with a single and ends up at second base on that error. So 1 for 2 for Helm on the season. Came in hitting .333, got a good rip, had some good top spin, got the top half of the ball, Austin, on that swing.
Oh yeah, nice heads up base running as well. Didn't slow down when he got to first. He kept the power to the middle and he was able to hit the second easy.
Puder, certainly success. This is Jack at St. Thomas University this season. Good pitch, sharp spinner that time. Good looking pitch. On the way that time by McDonald. Jack Puder, .346 on the season and an on-base percentage. Even more impressive at .460. Couple of doubles, triple, and 11 RBIs. He knocked in Riola in that first inning.
Yeah, and how fun is that, Joe? The three Puder brothers all on the same team. I bet it's pretty crazy in that dugout sometimes having those brothers around there.
Or you wonder if it's going to get even crazier on the commute over.
Oh, yeah.
If, maybe all of them come from 3 different spots of work or wherever they're coming from. But they're coming from the same house. Look out. Runner on second. That's the leadoff hitter, Helm. And this ball's lifted to deep short. This could land between, finding its way. It does. Well placed and taking the eye off the runner, advancing. The third on that play was Helm. Good hustle as that ball strategically bounced. It looked like an approach shot. A lot of height, some good backspin, and it dropped right between the shortstop and left fielder. For Centennial, that's a base knock for Puder. Wasn't happy with his swing to the bat. You could tell a little frustrated, but sure he's happy to reach first. 1 of 2 on the afternoon, or the evening rather here. This one's inside on the offering to Maki, Ethan Maki. Strike out his first at bat. Interesting, Austin, 200 for average this season. Runners here, by the way, at first and third. Swings is this one. It could be the gap, high to the gap, right center, and finally in right field, making the catch. Nice job of tracking that ball, but also coming in to score on that sacrifice fly. And getting the RBI will be Maki. For Maki, he takes the team lead now with 12 RBIs on that sacrifice fly. Nice play in right field to track it down there for Centennial. And we have the out in the book one across. Puder was going to think about advancing to second. It looked at first from his angle and mine that it was going to hit a gap. So he's back at first, 1 out.
Yeah, nice job tracking that ball down in right center, but the previous at-bat, they allowed the runner to get the third, and in turn, sacrifice fly, he scores. And that runner, in my opinion, Joe, should have never been on third. They should have been able to hold him there at second, but you gotta give the runner credit too. Really nice heads-up base running.
Yeah, you could tell he was kind of baiting him like he wasn't really going to go, and they kind of galloped to the ball. And you're right, Austin took advantage of it. He scores, produces a 3-0 lead now for the Low Gators here in the third. Thus far, these runs are matching the innings. And Schloman steps in, a base knock in his first Low Gators appearance. Gets another here. And caught in the pickoff. Puder caught there, now throw back. Almost like he's trying to draw that run. Comes back and they overthrow it. It was almost like Puder knew he could get some type of overthrow or play. He extended that rundown and he ends up at second on the throwing error back to first by Centennial. So what should have been a pickoff of Puder, that being Jack, ends up with Puder at second. By the way, Puder coming in had 10 stolen bases. That will not count as a stolen base, but as an error. But nonetheless, he's at second, and Schloman, who's singled his first time up.
Yeah, the Low Gators, Joe, they're taking advantage of some sloppy defense in the field by the Cougars.
A roller. Grass, a good charge to throw over. Nice play in time. Gets the speedy Schloman by maybe a half a step. Advancing to third is Puder. And And I'll tell you, it's just those little things, Austin, that really, with this team, with the Low Gators, gets them in positions. They just know each one of them has plenty of hard ball experience. And that time, Pooter saw that slow runner, knew shortstop probably wasn't going to get him based on a jump as well. He got the extended lead. Now at third, Drake Signs hits this one. A tricky two-hopper goes under the garage door. That time, Canning that time lifted his glove, kind of lift there. That'll be an error as that ground ball went under the glove.
Yeah,
of
Joe, from
Canning.
the moment that ball was hit, it really looked like he didn't have a good read on it, and then he just looked like he was guessing where it was gonna go. Just kind of poked his glove out, hoping the ball would find it, but another mistake here by the Cougars in the field, and Low Gators are in business.
So they put up their first crooked number of the game. A 2 here to make it 4-0 for the Champlain Park Low Gators. Swing and a miss on the off read. Trying to get a grip and rip. Signs at first. And here we're looking at Max Robinson.
Yeah, Joe, 4-0 Low Gators. And something we haven't seen yet is the power from the Low Gators.
Deep down that third base line, tricky play. May be a hit. That was a tough backhand play. Canning, I'll give him a hit on that play.
Yeah, that ball was scorched, Joe. Looked like it was in and out of the glove. Found its way into the outfield and left. And now Low Gators are just looking to build off of a couple of sloppy plays.
So
by
2
the
for 2
Cougars.
now on the afternoon. Here is Robinson. And Hewer now gets his look. Hewer.
It's a nice breaking ball.
Good look, as I mentioned before. Longtime member here of this Champlain Park squad. Hewer in his 14th season. Played his college ball at St. Cloud State.
It's a long time, Joe. 14 years.
Day after day. Here's a run down the first base, trying to come up with it. That almost gets the camera. And John is able to elude.
John over there fending, fighting for his life, trying to avoid the ball. It looked like the camera might have shook a little bit, Joe. I think it might have slightly hit the camera.
Well, that's where John needs to bring that goalie glove out from hockey
Oh, yeah.
and make that save. He's got to take some ownership on that camera.
We all
On
know
the
John, big hockey guy.
222 hitter this season. For Hewer, 373 on base. He's 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's what he's facing now with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. This one down the first base line. Picked up cleanly at first in time there by Rose. And the Low Gators are retired in the third, but not before, Austin. They put up 2 more. They have now a 4-0 lead for the Low Gators after 3 complete innings. As we'll keep it here too, as well as get a chance to kind of experience a comfortable evening here in Minnesota, and the Low Gators heading out to the field.
Yeah, nice evening, Joe. I think it's about 78 degrees. Sun is setting. It's about to get a lot cooler out. Lights will be on here at the park shortly. It's nothing like a summer night in Minnesota, huh, Joe?
I'll take any summer night versus a winter night. Unassisted on that out, Hewer. That's 3rd out of the inning, but a couple of key hits kept it going. So a defensive miscue and some hustle really by Helm that really got things going. Helm runs his way back out to center field, but he really ran his way into a good run scoring situation from second to third on the ball that dropped between left field, or so the left field rather, and shortstop. Out now for the 4th inning. No surprise there. Charlie Hutchinson Hutchinson eases back. Matt Merrick taking some tosses. He's the manager of the squad. Has done a great job.
Really good job.
The year, certainly tons of experience, both from a marketing standpoint and team management piece. He was a little frustrated at the loss to Chaska.
Doesn't look like the Low Gators have missed a beat tonight, though.
Hey, getting it right back in. I stopped by quickly and saw a little bit of that the Coon Rapids game last week here, and it was an excellent game. And as you can tell by the record, Coon Rapids and the Redbirds 5-1 mark on the season, and they gave the Low Gators their lone Metro Mini loss of the season so far this year, with the convincing, well, a tight 4-3 win rather. 13-8 on a season for the Low Gators, 7-1.
Yeah, Joe, that loss could be big too. Come tiebreaker scenarios later on in the season. See if the Redbirds have what it takes to dethrone the Low Gators in the Metro Mini, but still a lot of season to go.
Setting up, getting the first look here. Koenig trying to reach base, as swing and a miss here. That's a tough battle he has against Hutchinson.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being a lefty having to face Hutchinson, especially on a night like this where he's got everything working for him.
Grounded to second there for the out in final. It's here in the fourth. One down on the ground out to second. And up now comes Cooper Anderson. Anderson, another lefty, and you mentioned it, Austin. You just look at the stuff, and there's one word, two syllables for that breaking pitch and that movement on that fastball. Filthy. Downright filthy. And we get a great view from up above here. Here's a line drive. Short hop. Picked up across the way. Nope, they'll knock it down, and that'll be, I'll give that an infield hit, as Cooper Anderson got it on a line drive, a one-hopper to Riola at short. And so Riola tried to short hop it deep. In fact, on the grass. Come up with that ball, was still kind of flopping a bit. And reaching first is Cooper Anderson.
Yeah, I wonder if something's going on with the infield grass or the dirt tonight, Joe, because we've seen a lot of bad hops, a lot of weird plays, a lot of misses in the infield.
Could be some time away for both of these teams, especially for the Low Gators, since they last played here. It's swing and a miss. Some good pitching as that ball comes off the bat. Sure, with some different types of spins when you got a pitcher with a high spin rate and a good velocity, and Hutchinson on the mound. Runner at first, swung on, missed. This one right by, and they're going to call it a dead ball foul. Tipped that time by Charlie Moore, the second baseman. He's behind in the count, 0-2. They'll reset. Runner heads back to first. Team batting average coming into tonight for Centennial at .299 and an on-base percentage of .388.
Those are some solid numbers,
Our
Joe.
Scarlet knock here. Good piece of hitting. And the center field did not break stride. And on his way to third is Cooper Anderson. A couple of back-to-back knocks. And now come the number 8 hitter in Benny McDonald. With runners at first and third, golden opportunity. They stack a couple of hits. That hasn't been done yet tonight.
Yeah, only one out, Joe. They might not get another chance this game against Hutchinson. You gotta get a run in. Don't swing for the fences here. Don't get out of your fundamentals. Just get the run in. Get a base hit.
Ben takes a poke. Throw back, almost had him. Snuck that arm underneath. Good close play. Wow. And a good throw down by Robinson. He's asking the umpire, What do you think? I think we got him. Tough for the umpire to call. A lot of traffic in front of him. First and third now, a chance. Here for Centennial, swing and a miss on that first pitch by McDonald. McDonald rather puts the bunt down, puts it right back at the pitcher, makes the throw. And I'll tell you, when you have just a dirt track going back to the pitcher, that was like a 3-hop bunt attempt that was diffused on the play. Nice put away there and then put out the runners. No one advanced, rather the runner at first advanced to second on that bunt. However, Cooper Anderson had to stay put at third. That takes us to number 9 hitter Joe Beckman, who struck out his last time up.
Yeah, it's a good read by Anderson not to go home on that. He would have been hosed. Usually when that play's on, usually it's a contact play, so they're running.
Up and away, missing on the offering on a fastball. As Beckman brings a .258 average to the plate. Breaking pitch this time, fouls this one down that first base line and out of play as we are here in the fourth.
Two outs, runners on second and third. Base hit should score both of them. Just put the ball in play. See what happens. We've seen a couple bad hops tonight already.
Good pitch that time out in front. Took a little bit more off of that. And now let's see if he comes back with that explosive fastball for Hutchinson, who's ahead in this count. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Beckman.
I'd like to see Hutchinson elevate here, Joe. It's been his best pitch so far tonight.
Reaches back, throws a dart right down the middle. A strikeout. Strikeout number 5 on the night now for Hutchinson. A second strikeout of the night for Beckman as he leaves runners in scoring position, both at second and third. And for the second consecutive at bat, a strikeout for Beckman as we go now to the bottom of the fourth. So let's see if the Low Gators, they've been able to put 3 consecutive innings together and producing at least 1 run to last inning as we are here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, let's see if any of that momentum in the top half of the fourth swings in the bottom of the fourth. As the Cougars have a good chance to get at least 1 run, but Hutchinson just bared down, used that ace starter in him, was able to get out of the jam.
Good here. Off speed takes a lot off of that one. Almost a yak type of pitch from the left-hander. Kicks it away here too. The Low Gators, a swing. Drive here, Sam Pooter. Cross forced out there. Pooter.
That was a slow pitch, Joe. That was looked like a curveball, but that might have just been an eephus pitch from him. He took a lot off of that.
Yep, that was definitely, it looked like a couple of yak pitches back to back. Pooter puts a swing on it to Sam, and he's thrown out 6-3. First out here in the fourth, Riola gets his 3rd plate appearance here in this 4th inning. First pitch again, offering. He grips, rips, and fouls this one straight back. 4-0 lead. Low Gators like to put this win in start to stack a few more as they come in with a record of 13-8 on the season. This pitch, another off-speed pitch lifted just into the bullpen. And you can see it, he just takes a little bit more off of each pitch. Fastball is pretty good, but his effectiveness has come with that breaking pitch.
Yeah, he really takes a lot off of that curveball, it looks like.
Braden Hellum in the on-deck circle.
Now McDonald just gonna bear down here. Already giving up 4 runs.
And there you get Riola. Riola, excellent hitter, as I mentioned before, 521 coming into the game. Got a base knock, and his first at bat here in the first came around to score on a ground ball by Jack Booter.
Yeah, Joe Riolo is just every team's dream leadoff hitter. 521 average, 603 on base percentage. I mean, imagine having your leadoff hitter get on base 60% of the time. It's a really good recipe for success.
He's down here in the count 0-2. Pretty confident hitter, obviously, with that average. On base percentage, 6 doubles and a home run. Watches this one, punches it down. It's a diving catch in right field, extending, and a web gem and pulling it down on a beautiful catch in right field there by Centennial. An excellent job robbing Riola of some extra base and that hits on that one. And boy, a great play as that brought down for the out. 2 down now here in the 4th.
Yeah, really nice play, Joe. McDonald was tipping his cap to him out in right field, and let's see if McDonald can have his first clean inning of the night.
Hellum singled his last time up, and then it was overrun in center field. It bounced and then got by center field and ended up at second base. He ended up scoring. Advancing to third and then scoring on the sacrifice fly by Maki for Maki's 12th RBI of the season. Nine RBIs, 5 runs scored. Came in hitting .333 to Braden Hellum. This one to left field. This could be a Wisconsin inning. 3 up, 3 down. You get in, you get out. It is the first of the game here for the defense of Centennial, and the Locators quickly retired here in the bottom of the 4th. And we remain a 4-0 lead as we go to the top of the 5th.
Yeah, nice job by McDonald to bear down, get the 3 outs, see if his offense can pick him up here, put a run or 2 on the board, but we know it's going to be a really tough task tonight against Hutchinson.
You see Hutchinson now coming out for inning number 5. He's been around the plate. That's what you like when he misses. It's not like he misses and he's all over the place. When you are around the plate, you usually get rewarded by the umpire behind the plate because they like to see that consistency. They give you the ones that are tight around the edges and are rewarded that way. So looking for his 5th win, but still some work to do as we go to the 5th. And they're going to flip the lineup over. Will Centennial. And they head to the leadoff hitter in Cooper Fishwold. And this kid can barrel up. He's got a couple of home runs, does Fishwold.
Got a couple of homers on the season. He's got a triple in there too, Joe. He's got some wheels. Batting .455.
He's definitely a 5-tool player. And you don't see that much anymore.
Look at that, Joe. The lights are on at the ballpark. Beautiful night for baseball. Gotta love it.
The Wednesday night lights. Wow. Coming your way here on the stream. Glad you could join us. Glad to bring it to you as we go now. Joe Rulin along with Austin Gibbs.
Yeah, beautiful day at the ballpark.
Tom running the show here as the producer. And Eric John, part of the camera work. So we go to the fifth. First pitch offering. Got a swing and fouls it back.
Yeah, as the game's going on, Joe, I've seen a lot more contact from these hitters on the Cougars, but still unable to really put the ball in play. But it's a step forward for them as Hutchinson was just dealing the first few innings, striking guys out. It seems like the Cougars have changed their approach.
This one's lifted high. Down the first base line. Pooter has it. Makes the play. Jack Pooter and Austin, thank you for that correction earlier. I referenced Jack Pooter going to St. Thomas. Who can keep track of all of them? But this Jack Pooter, a heck of a career at Minnesota Duluth. Sam Pooter returns. He'll be playing at Blaine High School next year.
Yeah, Jack Pooter had quite the year at UMD. He hit 10 home runs in 2024. Also had a pretty nice batting average at 354. And he's hitting 366 this season for the Low-Gators. He's got a couple home runs in there too, Joe.
Of course, Ben, also a member of the squad, played at Gustavus Adolphus time. And one down here in the fifth. Fishwald flies out on that foul ball, hustling over, getting that play. So bookend out. The Pooter brothers get the first two outs on foul balls. How ironic is that?
Yeah, you gotta love it. The Pooter brothers running the corners of the field, and I like the communication. You can hear the catcher yelling, "You got room, you got room." Doesn't have to worry about who's gonna be on the warning track or hit the fence. Easy out.
Well, yep, two flyouts to Pooters. And this is a first pitch. Grip, rip, trying to track it in center field. Doing it. Helm comes out, finds the ball, tracks it well. And it is the Low-Gators who reciprocate. They get their own 3-up, 3-down inning. Well, we call it going to Wisconsin. In a Wisconsin inning, 3-up, 3-down. You get in, you get out. And the Low-Gators get back to hitting. Here as we go to the bottom of the fifth, some good pitching, good quick inning there for Hutchinson as well. All of them 3 fly balls out. And one fly out to Jack on a foul ball towards first. The other to Sam Pooter at third on the fly out. And then the center right down the middle. 1, 2, 3 as the 1, 2, and 3 hitters retired. And now we'll see if the Low-Gators can do some damage offensively. They were held without a run for the first time this game in that fourth inning, Austin.
Yeah, they were, Joe. And something that's been missing tonight is that Low-Gator power, it feels like. We haven't seen a lot of extra base hits, a lot of ethical hitting, going to the opposite field, finding the gaps, but I'm just waiting for that offensive explosion, Joe.
Let's see if it's about to happen here. The starting pitcher is waiting for somebody to warm him up. Benny McDonald, as he's gone 4 strong innings, but now we go to the fifth. And let's see if that middle of the order with Jack Pooter, Maki, and Schloman can ignite an inning.
Yeah, McDonald, he's a good pitcher, but this Low-Gator team is tough, and I always say it, but when you're facing off against teams in your division, these two teams in the Metro Mini, it just gets a lot more difficult. Everyone's more focused, everyone's more locked in. They want to knock off their rivals.
And as the games start to roll up, you see more and more of just how valuable some of the losses are as they go through seedings for the state tournaments, which is coming up. The sites for the state tournament this year. I've played on each one of those fields, and they're great spots. Broughton, Gaylord, and Hutchinson will be the home of the 2025 Class A state tournament. Off speed Yacker that time. Misses. Good poise that time.
Maybe they got to get a bat in your hand for the state tournament.
See that? I didn't say I had success, but I said I played on all three of those. Inside, we played the tournament. I remember Barry Wooler was pitching in one, and I was a left-handed hitter. And of course, he ended up not only playing for the Gophers, but getting drafted by the Dodgers, playing up to Double-A ball, swinging a line drive, a lace ball right down, and a one-hopper that gets by the shortstop there for Centennial. He was waiting on that pitch. You could tell he was poised, kept the hands back, and ripped it on a one-hopper for Jack Booter. Second hit of the game for Jack.
Yeah, Jack Booter just increasing his batting average on the season, hitting 366 before this game started.
The manager for Centennial, Joe, said, hey, we don't have a lot of depth here tonight, so potentially if we have to go deep, we may go with Sherbucks. And I see somebody, and that would be Sherest, who's warming up in that bullpen. If that, in fact, is him right now. Had an account 0-2, trying to time it as Maki. Maki, a sacrifice fly RBI, his last time up. That was RBI number 12 for Maki. The runner on first comes in tight on the hands. And a foul ball straight back.
Good rip from Maki. Definitely seeing McDonald a little better. Are the Low-Gators as the game goes on.
Throw over, trying to get Booter by step over there as McDonald lefty with that advantage on that pickoff.
Low-Gators are also 3-0 at home in Metro Mini play.
Yep, they did lose to Coon Rapids in that game. They're going to call a balk, by the way, on the pitcher. Just before that pitch itself. It's 0-2. It has been now for most of the at-bat here for Maki as Pooter makes his way to second on the balk that is whistled and called that time. On the lefty for Centennial. This one up high and away. Outfield straight away. Wednesday night, no outs here. Three, 4, and 5 hitters. All will get their look here at Benny McDonald, the starting pitcher for Centennial. Mentioned comes in with some impressive numbers, including a whip of .98 and an ERA of 3.21. Jack Booter at second. Here's a look pitch. This one swung on and missed. The bottom fell out of that breaking pitch.
Yeah, good sequence from McDonald. Those last 3 pitches elevate a couple times with the fastball and then get him swinging in the dirt at the breaking stuff.
Here in the 5th, bottom of the 5th, there's still a runner on second, 1 out. Second strikeout of the game for Maki. And Schloman, again, making his debut as a Low-Gator. Chance to see a few of his games this year at Blaine High School. One of the leaders in the state of Minnesota in stolen bases. Picked up a hit in his first at bat and then came around to score. Looks at this pitch from the lefty. He didn't flinch on that ball coming in and tight.
like to see the Low Gators get this run and make it a 5-0 game. 4-0 leads are good, Joe, but 5-0 can't tie the game up with one swing.
Delivery. Chipped down third base. Pooter will advance to third. The throw to first in time to get the speedster Schloman. And that advances again. Pooter to third. A check swing and a big hop to first. The third, rather, to play at first. So we got 2 down. And it brings up Drake Signs.
A nice play by Pooter. Heads up base running, getting to third. I would have liked to see them looking back to second and then throw the ball, but nice heads up base running for the Low Gators tonight.
Coming in and tight. Time to the Signs, who came into this game 4 for 10. 0 for 2 here tonight. Reached on an error and then a strikeout in that second inning. Misses on a fastball. You can tell that Jack Pooter at third, is man, the guy's like a rabbit out there. He's ready to just sprint, cut it, make a play, get something going. They like to cross that run across the plate if they can. Here with 2 outs and missing up top. Signs, good at bat that time, draws the walk. And so now runners. First and third, we'll keep an eye and see if they decide they want to send Signs. Checking to see if there's a pinch runner over there for him. There is not. Thus bringing up the catcher tonight, Max Robinson. First pitch, strip and rip for Robinson. Comes in with a 225, a 225 average.
Runners on the corners with 2 outs. I'd really like to see McDonald get out of this inning here and is now on a high note. 2 scoreless innings. Give his team a chance to come back and throw a few punches.
Robinson here. Got that knock in the first inning. And second. He tries to extend this at bat. One hit in the second, another in the third for Robinson. Now what's a chance here? Runners appear to be set. Nowhere to roll. There's no first and third play on, at least it appears right now. As that pitch is fouled back, they're going to let Robinson get some good pure looks and not have to worry about any base runners distracting.
Yeah, I like that, Joe. Just let the batter lock in here. Try and push that run from third across.
You can see it's been McDonald pitching almost backwards here. Got beyond the first couple of innings. Trying to surprise him with the fastball, but trying to move that breaking pitch to an assortment of locations. There's a pitch in on the hands, and you can tell he's battling. This is an excellent battle. Max Robinson does not want to head back to that bench. He wants to head to a base path or a base near you.
Few fastballs here, Joe. Look for the breaking ball in this pitch.
High hopper to second across the diamond. Will they get him just in time? Retired is Robinson, and thus far the Low Gators as well. And we have come to the end of 5 complete. That's a 4-0 lead. this in Metro Mini Ball coming your way. Momentum in a moment on the stream. Joe Rulin along with Austin Gibbs here. And we got a change in pitching coming here. Matt Merrick giving me the single. I thought maybe I was going to go in, but apparently I'm not.
You got a wicked breaking ball, Joe. I've seen it before.
I've got the spinner. Yes, it is. It almost stops. I call it the Bugs Bunny breaking pitch.
The Bugs Bunny, I like that.
So has that pitch in.
Yeah, what a night from Hutchinson. I mean, Loring is already .53 ERA. Second lowest ERA in the Metro Mini.
They have some pitchers leading in many, many different categories.
And we'll see how the Cougars react to this pitching change. I mean, sometimes that's all you need is to get the start out of the game and give your batters some life.
Getting some looks here, number 27. Pitched for Eastridge High School in a state championship.
Yeah.
Some impressive numbers. For Luke, get you that. He's also will be punting for the Minnesota Golden Gophers this year. Initially had committed to Alabama. Play some baseball and punt down there, Lou Saban. Obviously moved on from the coaching wraps there and gets a look here. So impressive as we see his numbers as well. I'm looking forward. This is the first time I've actually had a chance to see him pitch. Last year had elbow condition and didn't get a chance to throw. He has some pop on that release. This fire going to find its way. I see in single. Nice base hit. Good hands to the ball. Leading things off, Stoffacker that time with the base knock. First hitter Luke will see here in this game.
I'm not seeing any numbers from on the site. Looks like this could be his
inside on that pitch. Of course, he's got some older brothers as well that have had success down at Eastridge High School. I'll look here and the delivery in and tight. Called a strike. I'll look and see what they can do here to get some momentum going for Centennial, and that's Koning. Koning playing third base. High school graduate. Great breaking pitch that time. Explosive.
Yeah, that was gross, Joe. Looked like a back foot slider. Just didn't see it coming.
Pitch here misses just outside. Mention a heck of a punter. And heading to the University of Minnesota to do those chores. And I believe also to play some baseball there as well with an arm like that. And the guy, it can hit.
Yeah, two-sport athlete, Joe.
Something tells me he could be a 4 or 5 sport athlete if that was possible. for Luke.
Yeah, just the movement of these pitches is really filthy, and we all know he's a great batter. And on top of that, just being able to punt, he'll have a good time down at the U, make a good career of being an athlete.
The Gophers have to be extremely delighted to have them and continue to see that program advance as well. It's a 3-2 count full now to Coney. Coney. Oh my, tough miss. A lot of poise to watch that pitch. Didn't miss by much. So 2 base runners on here in the 6th inning for Centennial.
Gotta get a couple of runs in here, Joe, up here, Centennial. You can't go down and put up another 0 on that board again, especially with 2 guys on here and nobody out.
A lot of left-handed hitters that were battling Hutchinson much of the game here in the first 5 innings. I believe I had Hutchinson for 5 strikeouts in his 5 innings. I'll get that in a second. And Luke now on the mound. Gets back, just missing on those corners. Cooper Anderson with a single, made it as far as 3rd in his last at bat. That came in the 4th. Pitch this time. Boy, that looks like it's a tough spot to find. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, it did look good, but 2-0 is the count. And then if I'm Centennial, I'd give the takes on here, try and build something, maybe draw a walk, because they're having trouble finding some space in the grass this game.
Swung on and missed. Good pitch. Maybe a cutter on that one. Foul tip came right back. I like that. A good pitch with some good command and conviction. You don't see Rajdan here really skipping that ball. He's throwing darts, but just missing. They switch the count here. Now 2 balls, 1 strike. Comes back, battles, and overpowers him with a fastball that time. Good swing on the ball. Anderson couldn't quite catch up with that fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. We're here. Top of the 6th. That's a spinner that just kind of fell off the hand. You could tell he lost grip.
Lost grip, but just look at the movement on that, Joe. I know it missed, but that thing is filthy.
Had a good look at it as it came right back to the backstop here, but you can see the movement on it. Now runners 2nd and 3rd, golden opportunity. A full count to Anderson. Lives to play, another pitch, fouls this one back.
Really good fight here, Joe. It's at-bats like this that could turn the tides of the game.
Just below us, I'm guessing their starting pitcher is done for the night. A walk there on a pitch down and in, so bases now juiced. Couple of walks, a leadoff base hit by Stoffacher. And
Well,
here
I
we
said
go.
earlier, Joe, 1 swing can tie the game. That's why I like having a 5-run lead versus a 4-run lead.
Charlie Moore steps in, a base knock. Last time up, the reason I mentioned that the pitcher I think might be done, Benny McDonald for Centennial. I saw him pull up just below us and having a meal from the truck parked just outside the stadium here in Brookville Park at Noble Field.
Well-earned meal.
This one, a lofty into right field. The out is there. They're going to try to tag. It's pretty shallow. Good toss in right field by Maki. A 1-bounce toss right on target.
It's a big first out here, Joe. Usually when you load the bases, you're expected to score a couple of runs, and bases still loaded here. 1 out.
Yeah, and that's going to be a pinch hitter, I believe, here. Looks like that's going to be number 30. And he is hitting for the starting pitcher in McDonald. And the hitter is going to be Thomke, Damon Thomke. 9 at-bats on the season, hitting .286. Gets a look here, but the base is loaded, trying to get something going.
9 at-bats coming into a really big spot.
Pitch in and tight.
Good pitch.
Looking here. Runners had chance for Centennial to break this goose egg. In and tight. Gets by the catcher. Almost hit. Thomke checked his swing and came in. So,
Yeah, that ball comes fast inside. I mean, the fact that he almost checked his swing just really tells you about the speed that he is throwing.
I'll say he did not check. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded. Centennial looking to get some. Oh my God, that had some spin and some movement on it. Way behind, unable to catch up with that pitch. As Thomke, he's down in the count now. 1 and 2. Mention Austin, golden opportunity here for Centennial with the bases juiced. High chopper. Shorted over the third in time, Pooter to Pooter. But a run scores. First run of the game there, scored by Centennial. Nice defensive play. At third, to take that short hop by Sam Pooter. He picked it up, got it over to Jack for the out. But an RBI, a run scores for the pinch hitter Thomke that time. And first run of the game is coming across was Stauffacher. So,
Yeah,
moving a number along here, but
that was a nice play by Pooter, not let that ball get past him. Make the out at first, because if that ball gets past him, a couple runs are definitely going to score there, Joe.
Ryerson here really giving it a good run. Battling just to keep it to just a 1 run that is scored on the bases here. He's overcome. He's got some movement. He's just got a pitch with some great command and conviction on that fastball. This one dots the corner for a called strike. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 pitch away is Luke from getting out of this inning. Excited to see him pitch.
Yeah, Luke, just a phenomenal athlete. Trying to work his way through the bases loaded jam.
Fastball goes over the top, trying to get the runner. Comes there. They cannot that time. Just Beckman had to duck to get out of the way. Scoring was Coney on the wild pitch. Goes over the top of Beckman and reset. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here to Beckman. They've cut into the deficit. Has Centennial cut the deficit now in half at 4-2.
Oh,
Hit him in the head, and that was a hard pitch. He's down. That's a tough, tough pitch. That was a fastball moving, and he is really slow to get up as they take a look as that pitch. Previous pitch just missed the second pitch here. This one came up. It's a 2 ball, 2 strike count and hit him square on the helmet, and he just flopped down in that Joe Beckman.
just gotta hope he's all right, Joe. I mean, that was
Sitting up now under his own power. You can see he's Luke coming over to check in. Certainly making sure that Beckman, the Centennial hitter, is okay.
Yeah, really respectable move there by Luke. Go in there and make sure he's all right. Looks
So
like
we
he's gonna
got
stay
bases
in the game
loaded
as
now
well.
again. So bases are juiced here in this sixth inning. 4-2 lead for the Low Gators, who had a 4-0 lead coming into this inning. And now they flip it to their start leadoff hitter in Cooper Fishwald. Fishwald, boy, he's an assertive pitch that time, but just called the ball perhaps just outside. Checks his swing, but it's called a strike. Good location. Tried to walk the ladder that time. To Cooper Fiskwold. Fiskwold, by the way, on a season. You mentioned a home run, Austin. Tremendous hitter, hitting almost 500. In fact, he's hitting 455 coming into the game. And
Yeah, Joe, he's the guy you want up right now at the plate without a doubt. Maybe he's looking for home run number 2 here.
might have said bases juice. That's at runners at first and third here. A 2-1 count, 3-1. That's what I thought. So certainly room for him on the base path. This pitch up high and away, and that's a walk. So tough inning, tough outing here for Luke, and Coach Matt Merrick is going to go out and have a conversation. Wants to check that arm. He's come back from some elbow issues. And that will be it for Luke. Went 2/3 of an inning. And a tough outing. Gets the 2 outs, but surrendered 2 runs. Those are earned runs. Gave up a single. And then I have 4 walks and a hit batsman. So that'll do it for Luke. 2/3. It's a 4-2 lead right now. The base is loaded this time. I promise you, they're loaded this time. And coming up, taking the ball will be Trent Palmer. Trent Palmer, certainly a heck of a player at Anoka High School for the Tornadoes. Then got a scholarship to play at Jacksonville, where he was then drafted in the 4th round by the Toronto Blue Jays. Played a couple of seasons and had arm injuries there. And now playing here for the Low Gators. This year for the Low Gators, he has pitched 10 innings. That's Trent Palmer. 10 innings pitched. Has an ERA of .90. On-base percentage of .167. Excuse me, not on-base. Opponent's batting average, as we'll have to find some light here in this press box. Opponents are hitting .167 against Trent Palmer. 16 strikeouts, 5 walks. He's just surrendered 1 earned run.
Yeah, Joe, this is going to be a treat to see him play. Former 77 pick in the MLB draft.
Was that the 3rd or the 4th round?
That is the 3rd round, Joe.
Oh, I was wrong. Doggone it. Yeah, he does. He
With the Double-A New Hampshire Fisher Cats, the Blue Jays Double-A affiliate. That's in a big spot right now with the bases loaded, Joe. This is a treat.
Rose steps up, overpowered that time on a hard fastball.
He looks like a ball player too, Joe.
Well, Rose is hitting like a ball player. 442 on the season for Centennial. plays at St. Olaf. High school ball at Osseo for Tyler Rose. Playing first base here tonight
And
as
if
he
he's
looks for his first hit of the evening.
he's able to get out of this jam, Luke might have to buy him a beer afterwards as he's responsible for all these runners.
Locked up on the base path with 2 outs. Here, the bottom of the 6th, it's 4-2, leading the Low Gators. This one Mitch's down.
It's a really good take. Really good take.
Know how he had the poise to take that, but he did. As here, bottom of the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes here as Palmer waits for the signal. That from Robinson and gets the delivery. In and tight. Back foot breaking pitch that time. Blistered pass, but checking to swing that time was Tyler Rose. Rose, 11 RBIs on the season. Team leader in that category. A great chance for him to extend that team lead in RBIs here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. All right, up the middle, deflected off the glove of Palmer. That's going to be a base hit, another RBI. 12 on the season, back to within 1. Right now, a score 4-3 as Rose comes up with a base hit. Palmer got the glove on it, but just tried to get anything on it as that ball was blistered up the middle. Scoring on the play, Cooper Anderson. Now the number 3 hitter is Bryson Mose, the catcher. The 9th hitter. Played high school ball at Forest Lake. Has a chance here to either tie it up or put Centennial ahead by a run. They can get anything to the grass. Palmer misses. 1-1 to count. Bottom of the 6th on a simply gorgeous evening from Noble Field in Brooklyn Park. The Low Gators, town ball baseball coming your way, taking on Centennial. This one's fouled straight back. Centennial Cougars 10-4-1. I think that still has a question mark on it, that one. And the Low Gators 13-8.
See what Palmer goes to here. He's got a lot of swing and miss in his game. 10 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, 5 walks. Swing and miss here, Joe.
Good poise. An excellent hitter in Mose. Bryson, 63 plate appearances on the season and a .327 average. He's only struck out 6 times this season. Contact hitter to say the least. Puts this one, and Palmer comes in with some command and a fastball with conviction. Walks the ladder. Puts it up top, unable to catch up. Just the 7th strikeout of the season for Bryson Mose. That speaks volume on the velocity. And that pitch by Palmer to strike out Mose and leave the bases loaded here in the top half of the 6th. But Dawson is Centennial, who comes and pushes across 3 runs in that inning against the Low Gators. And speaking of changes, Centennial making some changes. As I thought after seeing the starting pitcher in the bleachers having a little dinner from the truck behind us, food truck behind us. It's got a humorous, at least for me anyway, but it reminds me a lot of that town ball approach. But McDonald is done for the night. We go here to the bottom of the sixth and taking the ball. Now will be number 3, and Eric Charette. And Eric Charette, he's the all-time leader in strikeouts. It's a pitcher for Centennial, a town ball team that's been in existence now for 8 years. And he's the type of pitcher that isn't necessarily going to be that pitcher that's going to overpower you, but a very smart, coy pitcher. He's gone 31 and 2/3 innings, Austin, this year. Just surrendered 8 earned runs, has 33 strikeouts, and he's walked just 1.
Yeah, that's impressive, Joe. He's not going to necessarily overpower you like you said, but he's going to use his pinpoint command, especially with that fastball, to get hitters looking.
141 hitters he's faced and just walked 1.
That's elite. That's elite right there, Joe.
The fact that he keeps it around that plate, you probably have a pretty good fielding percentage behind him as well. He's around that plate. Comes in as an ERA of 2.27.
Definitely hoping for a quick inning from him. Get the offense back out there after scoring 3 runs.
That 2.27, by the way, is my body max index for my ankles. So it's just nice to know. Setting up here, you look at some of the top hitters across the Metro Mini, and he'll be facing them here shortly. Gets a look right now.
This is kind of
Not
what
in
you
a pitch
expect
here.
from these two teams too, Joe. Metro Mini Baseball, 1-run game here in the 6th inning.
Hewer this time fouls it back. Hewer. Tries to get something going here. Here's a grounder back to Charette, and Charette underhands it for the out. That's the first out here. Bottom of the 6th. We're set now for one of the Pooters. There we go. So Sam singled his first time up in an RBI. That came in the 2nd inning. And then a ground out to short for Sam Pooter, playing third base tonight.
Yeah, 2nd game of the season, Sam Pooter. First game, he got everything out of the way. He got a hit, a walk, and a strikeout.
This one, lofted foul. You kind of get a look at Charette and see what he has to offer for Eric. I mentioned the all-time leading strikeout leader for Centennial Town Ball Baseball. That's as a pitcher, not as a hitter. And the strike, he snuck that one in. Kind of pitches a little backwards, right? Off speed. And that time, he snuck the fastball by Pooter for the second out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, Joe, it's kind of like what I was saying earlier. He's got that pinpoint fastball command. He'll get you looking with it.
Setting up now to face the second leading hitter in the Metro Mini, and Sam Riola. Riola, second only to Reichenborn. Reichenborn hitting .556. Riola coming into the game tonight, .521. And he's very patient right now. Here in the 6th, just a 1-run lead for the Low Gators. A team came in hitting a team average of .271 and an on-base percentage of .393. Riola hits this to third. The big hop comes across. Coney throws it across the diamond in time to get the speedster Riola, and the Low Gators are retired in the bottom of the sixth. When Riola ground out, Riola now 1 for 4 on the evening, unlike him to have 1 for 4, but he does have a single and a run scored in that first inning. So, Austin, we go now to the seventh inning and see Palmer coming back out there. A joy to watch him pitch.
Oh, yeah.
As Trent had, we mentioned, just endless success in high school for the Anoka Tornadoes. You saw some great things from him at high school. Then in college at Jacksonville, impressive numbers as well, which warranted him a third-round draft pick of the Toronto Blue Jays. So a little injury that cut his career short. Arm injury there, so it's where he looks here now in Trent getting his second inning of work. He came in, gave up a single off of his glove, tried to make that glove save, unable to get it cleanly as it was hit hard. And that scored the third run. That was shot there by Rose. There he got the RBI, his 12th of the season. Then he went on to strike out. Toughest hitter probably on the team, along with Fiskwold. Fiskwold and Mose, the number 3 hitter. Just his 7th strikeout in about 62 plate appearances. And
Impressive.
Palmer, an excellent pitch.
Yeah, it's going to be a treat. We get to watch him pitch again for another inning, but the Cougars, you got to hope to get something here. You just had a 1-2-3 inning on the defensive side. The offense back out there. Try and make something happen. But it's going to be tough.
It is the 7th here. Let's see what Centennial can get sparked. As you could see, it was Stoffacker who got things going in that last inning. A lasered single between short and third got things going for the Cougars. They put up a crooked number of 3 in that 6th inning. 2-1 the count on Garrett with a home run on the season. He came into this game hitting .240 and an on-base percentage of .424, and now 3-1 the count. As Palmer trying to clean up the diamond in the landing spot. Get a look here from when the cameras around. Great to have you with us tonight on the Wednesday Night Lights. Oh, missed on the corner. I'm not sure that Garrett probably thought he was waiting for a call to a second strike on that pitch. But
yeah, it looked like he was waiting there, Joe. Maybe
he'll
he was
draw the walk.
the plate, but it looked pretty good from up here.
Koenig walked and came around to score in the 6th inning. As some of those walks starting to mount. Palmer pitches this one. 3-hopper to short, making the play, the second. Then back on the flip to Riola for the 4-6-3 double play. Needed much there. Nicely turned. And a flip on that play. A 3-hop ground ball induced by the pitching of Palmer, and the double play occurs there. Koenig is retired.
Yeah, it was a pretty routine play there, Joe. There was a little bobble on the transfer. Second, didn't know if they'd be able to throw in time to first for the out, but they do, and now they're just an out away from being out of this inning.
Cooper Anderson, a couple of hits here tonight. And he's got a run scored in that 6th inning. We're here in the 7th with 2 outs. It's a 4-3 lead for the Low Gators. It's off-speed pitch, and he was way out in front. This is kind of a kickstart time of the season for a lot of teams, Austin, as now they start kind of a shorter second part of the season. Get through July and then work their way in. Swing and a miss and a strikeout, the second of the game for Palmer since coming in. And Centennial is retired. After that strikeout by Cooper Anderson, as we here go to the bottom of the seventh, a stretch taking place here. And you look across and you look at the season that is ahead of us. It just continues to, continues to excel. As I mentioned before, love the summers. Hate to see the baseball season go, but I do enjoy the opportunity in calling some of the town ball state tournament play. You were with me last year as we were in Green Isle for a weekend.
Yeah, those are good games, yeah.
Up there, games coming up here for Champlain Park. As they boost their way, they were scheduled to play Watertown, but that was rained out on the 7th. After tonight,
Aces, right, Joe?
it is the Aces. The Andover Aces. They'll be playing on Saturday. It's a Fun Fest day in Andover that day, so it's a 2 o'clock game versus the Andover Aces. Aces having themselves a nice season, currently at a mark of 2-1-1 in the Metro Mini. So
Aces got one of the best pitchers in the Metro Mini as well. 0.31 ERA.
Yeah, Rocco, who's pitching at Creighton.
Yeah, Creighton.
He was a Champlain Park pitcher, high school, and Rocco has just been just as dominant in college. He comes in with an ERA of 0.31, first in the Metro Mini League, the lowest ERA, followed by Hutchinson at 0.53, Kleba at 0.6, and then Colin Anderson with the Aces at 0.67. Pettis, who we're not seeing tonight, he pitched last night. He's in Pennis out of Blaine, but playing college ball up at Minnesota Duluth. Had a nice outing to defeat Coon Rapids.
Yeah, with Hutchinson pitching
last night.
Unfortunately, we won't get to see that elite matchup between those two pitchers, but one can only hope for later in the season.
Keeping an eye also here is swing down to first and misplayed at first. A knock here finds a way, and that's what you have to do. Find your way on for the Low Gators as they try to get some mojo going. Getting a lead. I'll look here now. As Helm reached on the air. Second time tonight he's reached. He scored the previous time he was on base with a single. That was in the third. Scored the second run of the game for the Low Gators. And here we go. Look here with Jack Booter. He's got a couple of hits this evening. Out in front of this off-speed pitch. Over the first, just in time. I think they got him by a half. I couldn't quite see that call. I think it is.
Yeah,
it's
they called him out, Joe.
And that was one of those swinging bunts. He was so far out in front of that off-speed pitch. It went off the end of his bat. It's almost like it was surprised. He looked and went, whoa, I did make contact with it. Went down that third base line. Cat-like quickness there by Charette to make the play and throw a dart just to get Jack Booter by about a half a step. Maki, a couple of strikeouts and a sacrifice fly tonight. That RBI was his 12th of the season to lead the team. Seventh in, and Helm on second base. Anything on the green?
That's a big
Certainly score.
insurance run staying there at second, Joe. Really big. Coming late into the game. Metro mini play. Getting competitive in here, Joe.
Ready to rock here and swing away here on this Wednesday night. Excited to bring you this game, and boy, clutch game it is becoming as the season unfolds.
The
Low
Cougars
Gators
can-
want to reclaim that lead. They have about a game lead right now over Coon Rapids. Out in front of this off-speed pitch. A fly to center field. It's gathered in there. It was Helm watching carefully, got a few strides off of second in case it was dropped. Not to be had. Maki retired. Here in the seventh. And Schloman steps in here. He's got a hit on the night. And a run scored. You can see Shuret just kind of, Austin just kind of picks around at different spots of the plate, keeps you off balance,
He likes to work his way.
and quite an assortment of pitches as well.
His way around the corners, kind of like a famous painter, Picasso.
You got it.
There's a nice paint right there from him too.
I was always a master of the paint by numbers, but couldn't stay within the lines when I did paint on those numbers. Certainly, he stays within those numbers. This ball laced to left field, hard hit, but there in time to pick it up and make the play. Retired on the fly ball to left field. Catch made there, and it's the Low Gators retired in the seventh on that fly out to end the inning in the seventh. Still a one-run lead for these Low Gators, and Centennial coming to bat as they'll be bringing up their 7, 8, and 9 hitters as they get things going here late in this eighth inning. As we settle here, boy, it's just for the first 3 innings, the Low Gators, Austin, came up with 3 consecutive innings of run production. In fact, they had 4 runs after 3 innings. It looked like they may be trying to end it early, but battling back and not giving up. We've seen some excellent play here by Centennial, a tenacious play from a variety of players, and then that third inning was the difference thus far.
Yeah, and these Cougar pitchers, they've locked in and shut down the offense of the Low Gators. And 4 runs, excuse me, in the first 3 innings, but nothing much sense.
See what they can respond here. Now it's a chance as Palmer takes to the mound and looks to see if he can find another inning of some great pitching here, as he had a double play help him out in that 7th inning, and he struck out. In fact, he struck out the last 2 hitters of the inning. This one's laced. Moore grips and rips and lines one into left field, turns on that pitch, and gets the base knock here in the 8th.
Yeah, we'll see how Palmer does this inning. This is going to be one of his longer outings of the season. He hasn't pitched the 3 innings yet. We'll see how that affects him here. Palmer was born in Rochester, Minnesota. Made his way up to Anoka High School. And then he was drafted by the Jays in the third round after graduating college. Pick number 77. He just looks like a stud ball player, too. Able to paint the high corner there. Count goes to 1-2. Palmer gets the runner in a rundown. Tag is applied, and he is out. First out. First out of the inning. Nice job by Palmer. Spin off the bag. Caught the runner trying to steal second base.
Well, he's certainly crafty enough and has the ability, obviously, at a high level, but knows how. Knows how and not only where to throw those pickoff moves. And I'll tell you, when you're caught with one of those quick moves, it almost startles you. That shocks you. You're caught in there, and now you're trying to get yourself free. Key out here as we go to the eighth. That's a play by Palmer.
That was a really big out, Joe. Nobody out, one guy on. I understand trying to get the runner into scoring position with nobody out, and you're really running out of lives here late in the game, but you got to execute correctly. You can't really have that happen this late in the game.
That's a critical run. You're right, Damon. Lemke, his second at bat, hitting 286 on the season. He reached in the seventh. Was not able to score. Nice backdoor breaking pitch that time, but apparently off the mark. This one right up the middle. Trying to get a glove on it was Palmer. And Thempke that time gets a base knock. Great piece of hitting because, hey, you're always taught keep the hands behind the hips. At that time, the hips got out in front, and Thempke did a good job of keeping those hands coming through that ball and the barrel of the bat and driving it up the middle. On another base hit here for the Cougars, it kind of stresses the significance of that pickoff move that got Moore off after he singled, and they got him out at first there just moments ago here in the eighth. So the Cougars, another chance.
Yeah, he's got a really nice pickoff move, Joe. Really snaps that ball over. Cougars trying to use some small ball here.
Hey, trying to, as the night falls and gets a little longer in the tooth, sometimes it's that maybe a little dew on the grass. And try to find your way on base, however it may be. A bunt can turn into a double. As they said here now is.
Yeah, now he's got to swing away, Joe. 0-2 count. Can't make the second out on a failed bunt.
Of course, Beckman. Good to see him back up there after taking that pitch in that sixth inning. Up and in, I'd be a little shell-shocked if I was him as well after taking a pitch to the head last in that sixth inning. He went down in a hurry.
Yeah, he did. I'm sure glad to see him back in there, though. Really good sign.
Yeah, a little shaken on that pitch, but now a chance. Venjat can get himself a base knock. Good pitch. Came in on the hands and locked him up. Good pitch. That's a pitch, Austin. Looks like it's coming in. It's coming in, and all of a sudden you're like, this is going to be a strike. And by the time you want to take the swing, it tails in right in on you, and it locks you up, and that's the case.
Yeah, absolutely filthy pitch. One of the pitches that helped him get drafted in the third round of that MLB draft.
So 2 down as we flip the lineup to the outstanding leadoff hitter. and Cooper Fiskwold. Fiskwold reached on a walk in that sixth inning. But here with two outs, a runner on first, a leadoff hitter hitting almost 500 as the ball gets by. Robinson leaks just outside there on the pitch by Palmer, and a runner now at second, so they can tie it up. Just down a run, 4-3 here in the eighth.
Yeah, Joe, it's moments like this that make the game so great. Runner in scoring position, eighth inning, 2 outs, base hit can tie it.
Runner trying to get that extended lead, and here's a hard shot. This one's a reset. You could tell that Fiskwold really wanted to get at that pitch. Got it in on the handle. Cooper, a home run on the season, 455. What he's hitting this season. On his way to Nebraska Omaha to play baseball next season. A 1-2 delivery. On its way. Strike 3, punched out. That's a punch out and a call out. And Palmer, ironically, has ended the last 3 innings with a strikeout. That's called an exclamation point ending. Nice job by Palmer. He sets down the Centennial Cougars on the strikeout to the leadoff hitter Fiskwold. For Centennial, we go to the bottom of this eighth. And we'll see if the Low Gators can pick up an insurance run.
Yeah, Joe, we'll see who they bring out for the ninth as well. I don't think they'll bring out Palmer again, because that'd be 4 innings of work for him. And most of his appearances, he's only gone about an inning and maybe less. So I'm sure the Cougars will be happy to see him out of the game in the ninth. The Low Gators definitely want to win this one. They got the Aces on Saturday. I think Reichow might be pitching in that game, actually. He hasn't pitched in, looks like, over a week. So it's going to be a tall task going against him.
Certainly a great game to see if you're in the Andover area.
Reichow, just unbelievable pitcher. Pitching at Creighton. Nick Bowen will be joining him there this upcoming school year. Led the Minnesota State High School League in home runs. I think he had 11 home runs in the season with the Lured Eagles. And that school, they produce good athletes. And the fun fact about him is he was the ball boy on that team for a little while, and then he became one of the best players in the state. Be exciting to see what he does with his career. I look forward to that, Joe.
Got that, exactly. Interesting story there. Is mystery there. Is talked about the game on Saturday versus the Aces and then Coon Rapids. And the Low Gators meet again. That last meeting was a 4-3 win for Coon Rapids. A great battle. But first, they take care of business here. And we're in the bottom of the eighth. First pitch swung on. And a fly out to deep right field. Drake signs. Swing. And he's got the fly out to right field as he starts off the bottom half of the eighth. Setting in the catcher. Between he and Matt Merrick, who switch up that role. A couple of hits on the evening for Robinson.
Yeah, Joe, I think I said it earlier in like 5th or 6th inning, but that Low Gator power, still waiting for it. It's not the typical way they get their runs. The way they've gotten their runs this game have been kind of small ball, ethical hitting, going the opposite way, taking advantage of misplays in the field by the Cougars. Still waiting for that offensive explosion, Joe.
This one's lifted high, getting his hands below the ball that time. Robinson flies this one to center field. It's amazing because you take a look at the putouts for the Low Gators, and want to say five of their last, well, 5 outs over the last 2 innings have been fly ball outs, which means they're kind of dropping the hands and at it here. Let's see if they can avenge and get something going here as Trent Palmer is going to take his turn. Hewer had hit the 3 previous times. The longtime low gator. And now here comes Palmer with a chance to help the cause here. 2 outs, and this the bottom of the 8th. A spinner misses up and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. A look here. And curious to see if Palmer, an excellent hitter, chops this one to short. High hop. That took an unusual high bounce. No one is at second base, and Palmer watches it and advances to second. No other way he called that a double, because it wasn't an error or misplay. It was just hustle. There was a gap, and so there we go. A chance to help the cause. Good hustle by Palmer to come out and give himself a chance here.
Yeah, Palmer pitches a few innings, and then it's a nice little hustle double. Doing it all in the later innings here for the Low Gators.
Here in the bottom of the 8th, and now Sam Pooter steps in. One for 3 on the night. This one could drop. It may lay up there in right field. In the humidity, it hangs. And in right field, out is made, and Low Gators are retired. After 8 complete, they'll leave Palmer on base after his double. Here in the 8th, we'll see. Mystery ball coming up. Who's going to take the ball and toe the rubber for the 9th inning for the Low Gators here in the 9th as they get ready to try to close out a tight 4-3 game versus Centennial. You look across the way, and you mentioned plenty of baseball coming the way. And excellent to see. We mentioned last year the Low Gators 13-1 in the Metro Mini. In 2023, they were 11-3, picked up the Metro Mini crown as well. I believe it was 2022. They finished second to, of course, the Blaine Fusion. It was always a good rivalry. But I think it was 2022 when they finished second in the state tournament. And a tough loss there, and then last year they ended up 4th in the Towel Ball tournament. So always competed. Matt Merrick has his team always primed and ready to go.
Yeah, Joe, they'll definitely be looking to make the tournament this year and make some noise. It'll be exciting to see how the Low Gators do.
Yeah, it's a matter of where they're going to finish in that. As they finish, and as all these seeds make that huge difference. It comes down for that. Final warm-up tosses. Palmer does take the ball here as he entered the game in this 6th inning with 2 outs. Gave up a hit as he tried to defend it, make that glove save, but that thing was blistered back at him. They scored a run, but then he came back to strike out. Bryson Mose, the catcher, with the bases loaded in that 6th. Since then, he's also struck out the last hitters he's faced in the 7th inning, Cooper Anderson, and struck out Fiskwold, the last hitter he faced in the 8th. We got kind of a trend going with Trent Palmer here as we go to this 9th inning. Leading off will be Tyler Rose. Rose was the one who hit the line drive up the middle, and Palmer got a glove on it. Here's a 2-hopper to second. First pitch, first swing. Rose retired for Centennial here in the 9th.
huge, getting the first out on the first pitch for Palmer. Just a couple outs away now from winning this game. They'll head to Andover, take on the Aces on Saturday.
Bryson Mose, the catcher. Boy, that was a lively spinner that time inside. You could see Mose is a very disciplined, strong hitter. Moved off the plate, and that was called a strike.
Yeah, that's just filthy, Joe.
Has him chasing. Had success, did Palmer against Mose in the first at bat. In and tight comes in. Now let's see if he comes back with some sort of breaking pitch on the outside part of the plate or just sits back and brings the heat.
What a sequence, Joe. That pitch was definitely meant to get him looking on the inside edge. And he almost nailed it perfectly.
Reaches back and just misses off the corner. Here in the top half of the night, 2 balls, 2 strikes, number 3 hitter. Mose up at bat, battling Palmer. Palmer has come in, trying to go 3 1/3, and he's punched out there. Wow. Dots the eye once again. Electric has been Palmer since coming in the top half of the 6th with 2 outs. That's strikeout number 4 for Palmer, the second time that he has struck out Mose. Stoffaker now gets at it. Stoffaker reached on a bases on ball, then was hit into a double play by Koenig. This ball to center field could do it. It is. It's the win. Impressive hang on win this time for the Low Gators. They take home a 4-3 win over the Centennial Cougars. It was Palmer who came on and held strong as he came into a clutch 6th inning pitching performance. Struck out Mose to end that 6th inning, then battled through 3 additional innings. He goes 3 1/3, ends up with 4 strikeouts, and did not allow a run. Meanwhile, the winning pitcher will go the way here of the starter, and that goes to Charlie Hutchinson. Charlie Hutchinson goes a total of 5 innings and ends up with 6 strikeouts and did not surrender a run after 5 complete. He moves now to 5-1 on the season. The win also moves the Champlain Park Low Gators to 14-8 overall and 8-1 in Metro Mini. We hope to be bringing you more of these games here from a fabulous facility here at Nobles Park in Brooklyn Park. Tonight it's a win. The Low Gators take home a tight 4-3 win over Centennial. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for the staff and their production. I'm Joe Rulin, along with Austin Gibbs, and the whole crew. Joe Rulin saying have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price.